Third period, Integrated Math, August the 27th. Time for the warm-up quiz. Problem number 1. If you missed this, watch the solution. 3 minus 1 is 2. You have to square that to come up with 4. And then do 4 times 2 to get 8. You cannot do 8 minus 1 first. You have to do 2 plus 8 to get 10. And then subtract 1, come up with 9. Problem number 2. The solution for this is that you have to do these things in order from left to right. So 11 is your first thing. And then 11 minus 3 is 8. And then 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 minus 2 is 7. Problem 3. Solution on this is to start with this to get a 24 and then this to get a 6. Everything else stays the same. 4 plus 24 is 28, and then you'll have to do minus 6 to get 22, and then add 1. I wrote a 6 there. Should be 1. Add 1 to get 23. Problem number 4. Alright, you have to do 5 plus 7 first to get 12. And then 12 minus 2 is 10. And 10 plus 6 is 16, minus 1 is 15. Last one. Everybody had that one. The answer is 5. Number from 1 to 10, bring it up with your name on it. The winning number today is 2. Problem 1, you had to go to the parentheses first to get 3. Square that to get 9 times 4 is 36, and then plus 3 is 39. On number 2, you have to do multiplication and then division to get 30 and 4. Answer is 34. And this is for the version that everybody took except Porter. She had a different. Was that 5th period yet? 5th period. And third problem here, you have to do division first. 10 divided by 2 is 5. And then go left to right to come up with 20. On number 4, multiplication and then division. 30 minus 12 minus 10 is 18. And then on the 5th one, you get 7 and square it. It's 49. Number 6, you have to go to parentheses to get a 3. Square it to get 9. Times 3 is 27. Then add 3 and you'll come up with 30. Parentheses. And then do multiplication first. You can't do 6 minus 2 first. It's multiplication to get 4. 6 minus 4 is 2. Squared is 4. Times 4 is 16. Plus 1 is 7. On number 8, you have to go to brackets and then parentheses. 3 squared is 9. Times 3 is 27. Add all this up to get 30. Times 2 is 60. Add all this up to get 67. And number 9, square the 6 to get 36, and then multiply 4 times 2, and then 36 divided by 2. Do this from left to right to get 29. And 10, go to the parentheses to get 2. Squared is 4. Times 2 is 8. Don't do 8 minus 2 first. Do 16 plus 8 to get 24. Subtract 2 is 22. You have to square the 5 and the 2 first. That's 25 and 4. Then do the multiplication here to get 12 and this multiplication to get 12. 37 25 plus 12 is 37, minus 12 is 25. And then on number 12, we'll have the least common denominator be 4. This one stays the same. This one you have to change. So when you do that, 2 times 2 is 4, 1 times 2 is 2. 2 plus 5, 7, so it's 7 over 4. If you put this, I gave you credit, but I would rather have improper fractions. 13, the least common denominator between these two is 12. So I had to multiply by 3 and then by 2 over here. So 3 times 3 is 9. 1 times 2 is 2. Subtract to get 7. 7 over 12. Then on 14, the highest number is 4 that goes into both. So that's where we get 9 over 10. And 15, again, the highest number is 4. That's where we get 4 over 9. On the extra credit, you have to multiply first to get 6. And then don't do this first. Do this first to get 11. Then subtract 1 and it's 10. B, you have to square the 3 first and then multiply 1 times 2. Go left to right. Answer is 17. On C, square the 4, square the 10. That's where we get 16 and 100. But do this first and then this. That's where we get 2 and 5. Answer is 7. And on D, go to the parentheses first to get 5. Square it to get 25. Times 4 is 100, divided by 4 is 25. And then on E, we have 6 squared is 36, but you have to do this next. That's where we get the 12. This plus this is 48, plus 2 is 50. Alright, for today's objective, it continues from last week: add, subtract, multiply, and divide fractions, but more specifically for today, it is to multiply and divide fractions. Example number 1, multiplying fractions. 4 over 5 times 10 over 6. There's two different ways you can go about this. I'll show you the first way on example 1 and then the second on example 2. For this one, just multiply straight across. 4 times 10 is 40, and 5 times 6 is 30. What number goes into both 40 and 30? 10, so in other words, you can cancel your zeros and be left with 4 over 3. There's no need to write it as 1 over 3. I would rather have it as an improper fraction. Another way to do that is here in example 2, where you have 2 over 6 times 12 over 10. What you can do here is, before you multiply left to right, look at the diagonals. 2 and 10. What's the highest number that goes into 2 and 10? 2. So 2 goes into itself once, and into 10 5 times. So we have a 1 and then a 5, then go this way. What's the highest number that goes into 6 and 12? 6. So 6 into itself once, and into 12 twice. So what you really have is 1 over 1 times 2 over 5. And now you can multiply left to right to get 2 over 5 for the final answer. Practice number 1. 5 over 6 times 18 over 15. For the practice problem, you can cancel before you multiply. This will change to 1 and 3. This will change to 1 and 3. So it is 1 over 1 times 3 over 3, which is 3 over 3, but that is 1. Bonus problem is 2 over 3 times 6 over 8. Practice number 2. 4 over 9 times 27 over 16. On the practice problem, remember you can also cancel straight up and down as well if that ever comes up. But on these, it's diagonal. So you go 1 and 4, and then 1 and 3. So 1 over 1 times 3 over 4, that's an awful 3, is going to be 3 over 4. The bonus problem is 4 over 11 times 55 over 24. Should be a 24, so I'll go get my white here, try to erase, and we'll make that a 4. Let's cancel first. 11 into itself once and into 55 5 times. And 4 into itself once into 24 6 times.
I thought you said, I thought you just put a 2 there instead of 24. That's why I got that wrong.
Well, didn't you hear me? I was getting my white pen out and I erased it. And put I said 24, but I started to write 28, so I went back and erased it and put a 4 in there. So it's 5 over 6 for the final answer. For example 3, that's division of fractions. For example, I could have 2 over 5 divided by 4 over 15. If that's the case, you must first keep the first fraction the same, change to multiplication, and then flip the second fraction. Make it 15 over 4. Once you do that, you're back to the rules of multiplying fractions. Is there anything in here that I can cancel? 2 and 4? That would be a 1 and 2. And then 5 and 15 would be what? 1 and 3. I don't know if that yellow is going to show up too well on the video, so I'll go to orange. 1 over 1 times 3 over 2. So the answer would be 3 over 2. Practice problem 3. 9 over 5 divided by 6 over 20. On the practice problem, we're going to keep this the same, multiply, and then flip the second one. You could reduce here, or you could just cross-reduce, whichever you want to do. So we'll go to blue and make this 1 and 4. This is 2 and 3. But notice you have 4 over 2, so that can be canceled to 2 over 1. So you have 3 over 1 times 2 over 1. 6 over 1 should be 6. The bonus problem is 7 over 8 divided by 14 over 24. For the bonus problem, everybody had the right answer, which is 3 over 2. Practice problem number 4. 12 over 16 divided by 8 over 24. And for the practice problem, let's keep 12 over 16, multiply, and then flip 8 over 24. And cancel. You can cancel this to, let's see, 3 and 4. This is 3 and 1. 9 over 4. Bonus problem is 15 over 25 divided by 10 over 30. Alright, let's keep the first one the same and then multiply and flip the second one. We have a bunch of cancellations we can do here. You can cancel top to bottom to start with to get a 3 and a 5 and then 6 and 2. You can keep canceling. That would be a 3 and this would be a 1 because 2 goes into both of them. So 3 over 5 times 3 over 1, 9 over 5. Homework assignment coming up next.